Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another edition of the Sick Podcast, Talking Titans. We are officially moved on from week one. We'll still touch on some of the things that we've heard and seen since the end of the game, but we're on to the Rams, and we'll talk about everything Titans related this week, so don't go anywhere. Jimmy, start us up.
Turn up your volume. Because you're about to listen to The Sick Podcast. Talking Titans.
With the first pick in the 2025 NFL Draft, the Tennessee Titans select Cameron Ward, quarterback, Miami.
The sickest Tennessee Titans podcast. It's gonna be sick.
Alrighty, folks, back again with another edition of the Sick Podcast, Talking Titans, joined always by my counterpart, Jarrett. How you doing today, Jay?
Pretty good, man. Like I said, you said turning the page to right, and we got a extremely awesome week coming up for us. We're flying into Nashville on Saturday. We're hosting our event at the DraftKings Sports and Social with a live podcast with Teron Davenport at 7 p.m. Going to be doing a lot of you want to throw that graphic up, Jimmy? We're going to be doing a lot of they're going to do like a fan segment. Hopefully, you guys can shoot some questions at us and at Teron Davenport. We're going to do a jersey giveaway. We have merch giveaway stuff. So it's going to be a great night. So hope to see everybody there.
Yeah, absolutely. There it is, Saturday the 13th, 7 p.m. at the DraftKings Sports Social. Hope to see you guys all there. It's going to be a fun time. Would have hoped to have been a little better circumstances for that night, but, it's not going to keep us down. We're going to go with the flow. We're going to roll with the punches. Obviously, in the opener, I said we're moving on, but I'm not fucking moving on. That was just the opener. I'm still pissed. Yeah, I'm not leaving this hellhole that we're in. If you couldn't think things could ever possibly get worse, you hear yesterday from our head coach, just more confusion about the rule on that elbow play, and he doesn't know the rule, then he does know the rule, then he backtracks, goes forward, backtracks, all that stupid shit. But we're going to get into all of that pretty quickly. But before we do, as always, we're going to do our special shout out to our wonderful sponsors at DraftKings. New customers, this one's for you. Bet just $5 to get $300 in bonus bets instantly. Plus, grab over $200 off NFL Sunday ticket from YouTube and YouTube TV. Your season starts now. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and use code 6sports. That's code 6sports to get $300 in bonus bets instantly when you place your first bet of $5 or more. Plus, again, over $200 off NFL Sunday ticket from YouTube and YouTube TV. In partnership with DraftKings, the crown is yours.
Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. In New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. In Connecticut, help is available for problem gambling. Call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org. Please play responsibly. On behalf of Boot Hill Casino and Resort in Kansas, fees may apply in Illinois. 21 and over. Age and eligibility varies by jurisdiction. Void in Ontario. Bonus bets expire 7 days after issuance. See sportsbook.draftkings.com/promos. NFL Sunday ticket offer for new subscribers only and auto renews until canceled. Digital games and commercial use excluded. Restrictions apply. Additional NFL Sunday ticket terms at youtube.com/go/NFL Sunday ticket/terms. Limited time offer.
Guys, and if you're looking for live lines right now, the Titans are plus 5.5 at minus 108. Home underdog as well. Another line I kind of like. Arizona minus 6.5 at home against Carolina, and obviously the Buffalo Bills. I think they're going to smack the shit out of who are they playing this week? Miami. They're minus 10 right now. So if you want to jump on these lines early before they start moving, there's your live lines right now.
Yeah, and I'm sure they'll be changing a little bit here and there. I think a smart play is to probably just continue to bet against the Dolphins so they give you a reason not to. That's probably where I'm headed. But regardless, like I mentioned earlier before we talked about our great sponsors, the DraftKings, we found out Monday that we really didn't find out anything because we just got a embarrassing double-sided response to the already embarrassing statement that Brian Callahan made in reference to not knowing the rule that an elbow equals 2 feet. Now, I'll be honest with you, Jared, I don't know how much we touched on this in the post game, but in all honesty, the little bit of the play that I've seen, whether that be on, Monday morning shows or any kind of highlight replay, it really doesn't look like there's a great chance that any of that elbow is totally in bounds, but it doesn't matter. The damage is done when you don't even attempt to, and then after you don't attempt to, you relay to your fan base and the media world that you didn't even fucking know the rules of the game. You are a coach at the highest level of Jarett. I need to know what your excuse for this is, because for me, this should, without a shadow of a doubt, be the final nail in a coffin to break some historic NFL, stat that's never been broken before. I mean, it just can't get any more embarrassing. Would you agree?
No, it definitely can get more embarrassing, but I have my prediction on when it's going to get more embarrassing if he's going to be canned. But it's totally embarrassing, and it's inexcusable for this coaching staff. You have some veterans, and you also have young guys on the coaching staff, which is ridiculous because the people are in his headset, because he's trying to call plays as well. The people who are in his headset are supposed to rely and know the rules like he's supposed to know the rules. At that point, that's an explosive play on the sideline. We're going to get the ball. We're moving down the field and everything. For him not to even throw the flag, Sean Payton threw it 4 times, like I said on Sunday. 4 times he threw it on Sunday. Why not do that? We're home. If that gives us more momentum. Even if there's a slight glimmer of a chance that elbow was in, we're good and we're moving. And then maybe that gives us momentum to even go down the field and score a touchdown. Who knows? But yes, in my opinion, Brian Callahan, he definitely looked more or less like a dope. And every single person I watched from Sunday, Monday to today, we're recording this on Tuesday. Everybody between ex-players, Ben Jones,
Yep.
Brett Kern, Derek
Yep.
Mason was on the radio saying shit. Even with the Bussin' with the Boys, Jack Superfan, another guy, he was talking about it. Every single person is kind of fed up with, now you're going into the 19th game. You should be knowing this stuff as a head coach. You should be able to scheme plays to put your guys in the right position, right? We're all watching film. Everybody's putting tape on Twitter. I actually rewatched the first half last week, right? They have guys
Give you
still
a lot
in
of credit.
same spots running routes. How is that helping Cam Ward? How is that helping Cam Ward when you have two flies and 2 posts in a cover 4 or a cover 3 defense? It's not happening. So yeah, Cam Ward, like everyone's been saying, Cam Ward has looked really good. He looks the part. But Brian Callahan, it's on him now to put Cam Ward in spots for him to succeed, just like Kevin O'Connell did yesterday with Justin McCarthy, right?
Mm-hmm.
They were down the whole game. They schemed something up at halftime, and they lit a fire on that.
How about Aaron Glenn and his first game as a head coach?
Yeah.
With a new quarterback.
Yeah. Why can't
what
we
did
do
they
that?
do? The perennial horseshit New York Jets laid it on the line and took the fucking Steelers to the last fucking play.
Yep.
The Steelers, who, by the way, has a defense you might be able to compare to such Denver Broncos. And how many points did they put up? 32? I mean, there's how many people need to say this? You know what I mean? Like, what? Explain to me, Jarett, what is the point to keep this guy as coach any longer? I mean, again, I know it's not going to happen. I know there's an NFL standard, but I'm going to keep asking the question.
So you can ask it all you want because everyone's doing the same thing.
What is the point? We know he is incapable of not only getting guys in the end zone, but game managerial decisions. Can't do it.
That's just an inexperienced staff too, because your staff is supposed to help you make these decisions too on a clip. So if he's looking at a play, hey, you should really challenge that play. Hey, maybe we're not going to run this play in cover 4 defense. We're going to go into something else. Hey, we're going to run the ball going into the half to eat the clock and not run three pass plays right then and there. Come on, man. I mean, that's the shit I'm talking about. That Brian Callahan has a lot of Titans fans and a lot of ex-Titan fans. Because when you have ex-Titans players talking like that, it says a lot, man. Because now, do you have the locker room? Do you not have the locker room? 13 penalties for 131 yards. I don't know. That's what I'm saying. Of
course, they don't have the. You know who has the locker room, Jarett? Denard Wilson has the locker room.
Oh yeah,
that's about the only guy of real high importance on this staff that I can say when a player walks by this guy, they respect who they're walking by. The head coach, there's just no. We're in week 2, and we have to fly to this fucking state and really ask ourselves, Jarett, what's the best situation for us to see a Lombardi Trophy as soon as possible.
The best situation is for us to get there on Saturday, light a fire on everyone's ass on Saturday night, rally the troops on Sunday at the two-tone tailgate, right? And get a win. And hopefully they put 40, right? And then the next week they put 30. And then the next week they put 28. And then we start cooking, because that's the only way I am going to start believing in Brian Callahan. But right now I got this much belief. And right now at the end of the show, I'm going to tell you what the icing on the cake is and what week it is I think he's going and all that other stuff. I'm not releasing that just yet.
I'm going to give you what my hope is. My hope is I wake up one morning and find out that every masseuse in the Nashville area has come out and said they yanked Brian Callahan's fucking crank. And it's as viral as it gets. And he's
another Will Levis video.
That's it. That's the only way this is gonna be. Obviously, I'm being sarcastic. I'm trying to make y'all have a little bit of humor in this unfortunate situation. But yeah, it's of course I want them to win. Of course I'm gonna go there. I'm gonna be excited if Cam Ward does something spectacular, which we would assume he is going to, because boy, a lot of people are drooling over the film that from the naked eye doesn't look very good. Mm-hmm. But it seems that, he did so much of what he was given. Oh, yeah. And now we're finding out on those big time sack plays that he took. We're basically running fucking 4 verts on it. Yeah, so it's just like
you're running receivers into each other.
It's an absolute, the term that I've loved the most hearing throughout all these people's recaps and analysis is coaching malpractice, man. And that is the best term that could possibly be used. You're aggressive. You're not, you couldn't be less aggressive after you get a turnover and have the ball in your own red zone. You're less aggressive than when there's 45 fucking seconds left in the half and your quarterback's on your own 8. That is not even day one stuff, no. Jarrett.
Yeah.
That is peewee football fucking stuff.
Yep.
It's almost as if maybe this guy's trying to sabotage his own job. I can't fathom any other logic.
Yeah. Just to touch on stuff with Cam Ward, how well he's done. I got a couple stats on here I'm going to read to you. Cam Ward was pressured on 50% of his dropbacks. That was the second highest this weekend. Cam Ward had the highest amount of sacks. Obviously, he got sacked 6 times. The time to throw, he was the 8th highest. And he saw blitz the 12th highest blitz percentage on Sunday. So yeah, they went after him, and it's going to be no different with that Rams defense, who let up 9 points against Houston. So
I don't understand that. He had top 10 time, but according to PFF, he had, other than Skoronski,
a lot of coverage sacks, man. A lot of coverage sacks. Tony Pollard too. He ate the ball a couple times, but then again, like those, now looking at those plays, when we took ourselves out of field goal position, Cam Ward saying, yeah, he's got to throw the ball away. I get it. When the pressure's coming and you're running receivers into each other in a cover 4 defense, where are you throwing the ball? You can't. You just can't do it.
So there we go.
That's what I'm saying. You're not putting, and I have notes right here. Situational play calling. You're putting your receivers in great situations to get open and not running into each other. Okay, that's week 2 of my the biggest things for week 2 to beat the Rams, because what we did on Sunday, it's inexcusable how our top receiver had 2 catches. Not getting the tight ends involved. Get creative. No motions. You see how they motioned Justin Jefferson on Monday night.
Yep.
Get him open.
Well, look how bad Caleb was again. Honestly, in the grand scheme of things, he was not very good. He missed a ton of open passes, and they still managed to score the football. They still managed to give themselves a chance to win the game at the end, because these coaches aren't fucking idiots like ours is, and they can figure a way to get the most talented players on their team the ball. Why did J.J. McCarthy and the Vikings come back? Because they figured a way to get Justin Jefferson the ball at the end of the game. He got in. They confused the defense, allowed J.J. McCarthy to run in. It was a short goal, but still. Again, this is a guy that took Sam Darnold to the playoffs, and now he's taking a second-year guy who's seen no snaps, and he had him win a high-stressed brightest fucking lights he's ever seen game.
Yep.
Because that's a real coach. Aaron Glenn, he's not an offensive guy. And honestly, their defense, everybody was talking I love, didn't look very good. But you could tell there was some serious motivation those boys brought for that man right there.
Yep.
They took the Steelers to the end. I mean, the list goes on and on and on. The Colts, oh, wow. The Colts with Daniel Jones looking like a real fucking contender in the division
on
now.
Every single possession.
Right?
Every single possession.
Yeah.
That says a lot.
Now, he was part of this Richardson pick, I would assume, right? Because this coach was part of the AR pick, right?
Yeah.
He was,
yep.
Yeah. So, I mean, he fucked up in that regard, but as far as coaching is concerned, as far as play calling, must be doing okay. Yeah. He's got them. It's so obvious, but this unfortunate situation couldn't be more unfortunate. And the owner, I can't hold her responsible, but it's just unfortunate. She knows this is fucked, and she's just gonna, I guess, wait till it's couldn't be worse. So I guess we got to go 1-4.
Well, there's definitely a date on the calendar. Like I said, we're inching our way closer to that. But just to talk a little bit on this Rams game, we're going to do the breakdown on our Friday show. We just like to touch base. This is a guest show. Obviously, we don't have a guest today, but we like to just chop it up, and whatever we missed on Sunday, we're chopping it up today. So, but moving on a little bit to the Rams. Obviously, it's a big week, home opener. Cam Ward's first game at Nissan. Couple things we got to worry about now. JC Latham, his health. We don't know if he's going to play. The Rams.
If he does,
that's what I'm saying. But the Rams did have 3 sacks, and he was blitzed, so the pressure's coming. So how they're gonna scheme up to protect Cam Ward? Are they gonna do more play action? Or are they gonna motion people because they barely really did to get anybody open? Are they gonna use the tight ends like we've been saying? Who knows? So that's a huge concern on the right-hand side. Another reason, like I said, on paper, the offensive line looks good. I've been saying it forever. The offensive line looks good on paper, but we haven't played cohesiveness a lot. So that's going to take time to gel, maybe 4 or 5 weeks. Hopefully they're learning from what their mistakes were on Sunday. And maybe there's going to be some blips a little bit on this Sunday, but who knows? But hopefully they get that time to gel now, because if we give Cam Ward time and these receivers get open, he showed on Sunday that he can make all the side angle baseball throws. He can make the darts on the side. He back shoulder throws, everything, all types of throws. You see Chase Daniel say it. You see Dan Orlowski said it. Here, I got a quote right here for you from Dan Orlowski. Boom. Because he even said that.
I retweeted a response he had to something. Basically, like, dude, this kid should have "I can make that throw" tattooed on his forehead, something along those lines.
Yeah, I mean, it's ridiculous that how the national media is saying stuff, and obviously ex football players are saying the same thing. I was blown away by Cam Ward, and I thought his tape looked awesome. The Titans win that game if they don't have these drops. I was widely impressed by Cam Ward. The Titans had 8 drops.
Yeah,
8 drops.
But those are national media guys that didn't watch the entirety of the game. And they're getting clips sent to them, or they're seeing stuff on. Yeah, listen, we're not going to pretend the drops weren't an issue, Jarrett, but the drops didn't lose this game. Okay,
no, obviously not. I mean, yes, the play calling, obviously, but
play calling is
who knows
the coaching decision making to make it as broad as possible is what costed this team the game.
Of course,
end of story. Not even debatable. We would have won this game if not only we did the easiest thing ever, which was take the lead going into halftime, or if we were maybe willing to use our number 1 overall quarterback in a play action, misdirection, creative type situation once when we got a turnover in our own red zone. There's just maybe if we challenged a play that was clearly challengeable, maybe if we didn't fuck ourselves at the end. I mean, again, drops are a big deal. There's nothing left
changes.
To see.
Who knows? We have no idea. But
left to see.
He first of all, Callie didn't put he didn't help this team at all by putting them in good situations. So yes, it starts with him, and then it goes to receivers. So yes, I mean it was a recipe for a disaster at all.
Everybody forgets we have to get a 2-point conversion too. Like the odds of us tying that game in the last 5 minutes,
like I said,
are nearly impossible.
When every single Titan fan has that gut feeling in the third-ish. Midway through the third quarter, it's not happening. And when the defense keeps coming on the field, that long run or that long pass is going to happen. I mean, it is what it is, and it's unfortunate. But like you said, we're on to week 2. Another thing that's huge in my eyes is both starting guards from the Rams. They have sprained ankles. They're week to week. If they don't go, it'll be huge for Simmons and Tart to get some push. Obviously, we don't want Williams to go, and we obviously want to pressure
I
Matthew
got to
Stafford.
time you out there because, again, we did something similar and crazy that this keeps happening. Literally just the other night, I made a video of me talking, and I mentioned Tierre Tart, but I meant to say T'Vondre Sweat. And I caught myself after, and I'm like, why did I just do that? And here, you just did that too. How weird is that?
I mean, listen,
It's so
they
weird
need
how
to
many
step.
resemblances.
I know they need to step up, and they have to have a big game, especially if there's 2 non-starters in that game, because if they're week to week or they're in there and their ankles are taped. I had a high ankle sprain playing football, and whatever. I mean, I didn't get shot up like these guys are going to do, but it's painful. And when you have 366 pounds of meat, coming at you, it's going to be tough to stop. So hopefully that'll play in a factor for us to pressure in the middle and clogging up some holes and actually getting some sacks and pressure in Matthew Stafford this week.
Yeah, I mean, it's the one thing about this that gives me a little. It's such a bittersweet part to this whole situation, is how good this defense might actually be.
Yeah, we got to give him opportunities, man. We got to go down the field and fucking score these touchdowns. Cam Ward's going to do it. It's just that the guy in the headsets that's calling those plays, that he needs to put the guys in the right position
And he won't.
to win the football games. That's why I'm getting here now. That's why if we don't score here, we go 0-2. I'm telling you right now, week 6, October 19th, Vrabel comes to town with the New England Patriots. If they lose that game and we are under 500, everybody here circle it. Amy will fire.
It'll
Brian
be too
Callahan,
late.
I think.
It'll be too late, though.
It's going to be too late in the season, no matter what. But
it won't be if
we're,
they
if
do
we're
it
embarrassed,
next
if we're
week.
embarrassed the next couple of weeks, because we got the Colts, we got the Texans, and it's embarrassing. And Vrabel comes in here and smacks us. That's going to be an emotional fire, because she does not like that shit. Vrabel's coming in here with his mindset. So
I'm hoping
that's my circle of the calendar for Brian Callahan, week 6.
I know it's so against the grain with this league, but I'm gonna be flying there tomorrow with you, or flying there Saturday with you, with the hopes of either 2 situations happening. Number one is that the soul of Vince Lombardi or any historically good NFL coach enters Brian Callahan, and he rights all his wrongs, and he calls a perfect. I mean, he has to call a perfect game Sunday for me to even consider not wanting him fired.
Every Titan fan,
not a good game, a perfect, a fucking David Cohn fucking perfect game. He'll have to pitch for me to not want him gone when we leave. So that's what I'm saying. Either he becomes an all-time head coach this weekend, or it's so bad that before we get on the flight home, he's gone, which I know is probably like less than 1%. But you got to imagine, Jared, if this team can't find the end zone again, which is a legitimate concern.
Oh, yeah.
If they can't score a touchdown for 2 weeks in a row, second time home opener with Cameron Ward, you have to think maybe.
Well, like I said, that's why Derek Mason said the same thing. He likes Callie. He likes his play style, and he doesn't want Cam Ward to get stuck and poisoned by this, and they don't want anybody to ruin him, because obviously we see that Cam Ward can play. It's just him putting him in the right situations on the field to scheme up. And right now, going into his 19th game, he hasn't done it with any quarterback.
No.
And last Sunday, it proved that it's the same vanilla offense where it just boggled my mind how many times I rewatched the first half, how many times we ran the ball in situations where, what are we doing?
Every first down.
What are we doing? Every first down.
Every first down.
It's ridiculous. We understand establish the run, but throw the ball.
No. There's no more establish the run. You drafted a first overall quarterback who was prolific at Miami as a thrower. You've been trying to establish the run for over a decade now. It got you really close when you had a possible top 10 running back in history. You don't have that anymore. nobody else in the league, but basically the Ravens now are trying to win with the run and only the run. It's not going to work. Establish the pass.
Oh, listen, I know.
Otherwise, don't draft this kid. Draft a fucking no-name guy that's going to hand the ball off. Find yourself a Brock Purdy then. If you just want to continue to establish the run and pick your battles with the play action.
Yeah.
If you want to be a real fucking football team in 2025, like you drafted the guy to be, there's no more established. I know what you mean. I'm not saying you're wrong.
No, I know.
It's just like enough's enough with the fucking established run, you know?
How you put asses in the seats is not running the football and winning 13-10 anymore. You want to see the high throw. You want to see the shootout that happened on Sunday night, 41-40. That's what you want to see. You want to see the passes, the long runs. Like I hate to say it again, but getting people in space like AJ Brown. We haven't had a wide receiver since him. And if you get Calvin Ridley in space so he can get some yak, and who knows, Iron Man and Chim, you haven't given these guys, everything's outside the numbers. Catching the ball on a out, catching the ball on a back shoulder fade or a hitch. There's nothing in the middle of the field, and Cam Ward thrived in the middle of the field at Miami and at Washington State.
Looks like Gunnar Helm's got some pretty good hands, right? We saw a pretty awesome catch from him in the first.
Yep.
Was he even in the fucking game plan in the second half? Was there a single play designed to get him a target?
Yeah.
No. Was there really any chance at a shot down? Like, how many shots down the field did we really get to attempt?
Nothing.
None.
You saw the spray chart. There was nothing.
None.
Everything was to the side.
None.
That's what I'm saying. It's mind-boggling to me how that game plan was, and I understand you treated those guys like the 85 Bears or the 2001 Ravens with Ed Reed back there. I mean, it was absolutely mind-boggling, and hopefully we have something to cheer about, because you're going to hear a wrath of boos on Sunday if it's the same story over and over again.
I want to get a fire Callahan chant going. If it gets bad enough, I will try for a whole quarter to get it going. Only if it's worthy. Now, I'm not going to just do it to do it, but it's, like I said, he's going to have to pitch damn near a perfect game. I think if I'm going to give him an opportunity to believe in him, I'm going to want to see Cam Ward throw damn near fucking 40 times. Obviously, if the offensive line is as bad, we won't be able to do that, and I won't want him to do that. But assuming not everyone on our offensive line is going to get below a 30 PFF grade, maybe we'll be able to throw the ball a little bit more. And hopefully Dan Moore isn't a fucking turnstile this week.
Well, I mean, another thing is, like, we're sitting in the pocket. That's what I'm saying. He's doing all these. What about quick releases? Like, we've been saying it. Look what happened to I forgot who was this weekend who had the quick release. It's not. I can't. Or maybe it was Caleb Williams. He has 3 seconds.
A bunch of different stuff.
Yeah, they're getting the ball out fast. Get the ball out fast, so he's not sitting in the pocket and waiting for stuff to develop. Get the ball out fast. It's simple to do. I mean, for us sitting here on the computer, and everyone's saying it on the radio. Of course, it's simple, but I mean, you're a professional football coach where you can actually scheme up with these defenses. You know what's going to be coming at you. Get the ball out of his hands fast enough, so he's not sitting there. Yeah. Especially if there's a turnstile now at right tackle.
According to statistics, it's really just about everybody but Skoronski was a high school level pass protector on Sunday. So let's figure that out, hopefully, and we'll have more positive things to say. But all that being said, guys, we're gonna wrap up for today. Like we mentioned earlier, we're gonna be live, or not live. We'll be back for a show on
Friday,
Thursday, or Friday. Which Friday?
Friday.
Yeah, Friday before we go. And then, of course, we'll be seeing you in Nashville next weekend. Hopefully, as many of you as can. So if you haven't already, please make sure to subscribe. I got to start mentioning it before we wrap, so you guys can make sure you're doing it if you haven't already, so you can make sure you get all of our content as soon as it drops. But we're gonna wrap for today. Hope to see you guys later in the week. And as always, tighten up. Jimmy, send us out.
And that's a wrap. Hope you don't miss us too much until next time. Follow the Sick Podcast Talking Titans on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, Google Play, and Apple Podcasts.